I'm thinking about those three things: keeping a low profile, having violence of action, and C. The first physical motion that I'm making is using my peripheral vision to identify target proximity and location. The next thing that I'm going to do is thinking through where my hands are placed depending on the situation. I need to be thinking about mental reps of what my hands are going to do to access my pistol.
Right.
The next thing I'm doing is two-hand material manipulation to clear my shirt out of the way in order to access my pistol with a master grip. I want the web of my hand as high up on the pistol as I can possibly get it. The second the pistol breaks the holster, I'm trying to get my island and my front sight towards the target as quick as possible. Once I start my upward draw, I'm already prepping my left hand to come in and support my dominant hand. As I prep my lead hand, I'm using my index finger on my left hand to reference the trigger well to get a two-handed grip. Once I've established a two-handed grip and I have an extremely stable shooting platform, I can then reposition my feet to move if necessary. Remember,
this full Dom segment, along with other behind-the-scenes content, is available on NRATV.com, and we'll be releasing new segments every week this season, so be sure to check them out. And now, before we end, I want to leave you with a little taste of what to expect from this season's Noir Challenge.
Noir. Noir.
Before you go, I want to tell you about the new online store, shop MrColeonNoir.com. Here you can grab your favorite pieces from the PQ line, Amosexual, and the new Coleon Noir. You guys have been asking for the CN logo hats for a while now. Now they're here. I'm also really excited about the line of tumblers and water bottles that I've added to the store as well. Now you can show your pride for the lifestyle we all love and stay hydrated all at the same time. So click the first link in the description box and grab your gear today. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
That's what we
they used silencers on 03 Springfields going after Pancho Villa, actually. So that was the...
For over 4 generations, the Lavazza family has perfected the art of blending coffee for a smooth and balanced taste of Italy. Lavazza. It's how you say coffee in Italian.
We created a one-of-a-kind light fixture using translucent epoxy and a hollowed log. Learn right now how to apply epoxy to 3-dimensional objects. We're going to demonstrate how to keep the epoxy translucent. We're going to show how to apply it by hand and how to sand. Stay tuned and enjoy the video. Remember, when you subscribe to our channel, click on the red subscribe button and be sure to ring the bell so you get notified every time we have a new video. Thanks again.
So you are doing some log cabin lampshades.
The thing that bugs me about the cabin is there's like plastic fixtures and things like that, and there's all this great natural stuff, and I get so excited because I watch the Insiders, I watch your videos, and I say, I want to make some stuff. I don't have plastic toilet paper holders.
Right.
I get all these ideas. I see the rotten logs. I'm obsessed. found this piece of wood, and there was a shelf hidden in it.
Yes, there is.
So
Dang.
I needed a shelf for cell phones because you go to the cabin, there's no cell service, so you got to get rid of the cell phones.
I love it. So that's where it
The
goes.
cell phone goes here. There's a charger right over here in case you want to take pictures,
Uh-huh.
but you don't talk about
Because
it.
no longer is it a phone, now it's a camera.
That's all it is.
That's cool. So you told me about the cracks in it. We're going to glue it all up, but you want to enhance those cracks.
I thought if I could open these up a little bit, kind of like what we did with the other one,
Okay.
it'll have a little bit more color.
This is going to be your light. So you have a sconce light on the wall. This is going over, and you want light to come through these, but be diffused.
Yeah,
The knot hole is going to be awesome.
that's what I think.
First military use in this nation of silencers on guns. The silencers give soldiers a lot of advantages. And those advantages are very helpful for when we hunt or we're just at the range with our buddies. You know, today we're shooting at my range. I've got neighbors that aren't that far away. They hate when I shoot without silencers because it's just noise pollution, pretty much. It's great when, you know, someone like yourself comes and you hear these myths and internet BS and know this is the actual thing and you can shoot it and see for yourself, or this is why it's important for hunting, or this is why we do this for the military. So that's exciting to me. It gets me excited again and motivated. And it's like, no excuses not to accomplish things. And if Maxim could be a century ahead of everybody else with, you know, the limited capabilities and resources they had then, you know, why can't I achieve what I want to achieve? Absolutely. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. Absolutely.
So of all the conversion guns, there was somewhere north of 71 different contractors that put in ideas and put in things. They came back in 1869. They had no winners. They came back in 1871. They still had no real winners.
Yeah.
Well, there happens to be one guy that worked, Erskine Allen, that worked at Springfield Armory. So this is the gun that he had. So this unlocks. So if you'll notice this gun, it's very similar to our current trapdoors. So guess why his idea was the best?
He worked at Springfield.
He worked at Springfield, and they didn't have to pay him any royalties.
Gotcha. They won with that one.
All right, now this is pretty interesting. This is a 1903, okay, United States Springfield Armory rifle. This happens to be a rod bayonet, and it has, okay, a bolt action. Now, what's unique about this gun is we didn't come up with this idea. We saw the Germans at a 1898, okay, so it's 1903. But we saw their Mauser bolt action gun. We said, oh my gosh, that's really a nice gun. Guess what? Let's build one. So we said, well, we want a little bit different here. We want a little bit different there. But we copied their patent and we got caught. And after we got caught copying their patent, they sued us. We lost the lawsuit. We had to give the Germans $200,000 at the turn of the century. But more importantly, we were using this gun in World War I, shooting bullets at the Germans and paying them royalties to do it at the same time.
You're taking the shot, where are you aiming? For the head, the central nervous system. Right. Complete shutdown with the light switch. If I injure the guy trying to take the vehicle, especially if there's kids in the car, now he just made the problem even worse. If he gets in a high-speed chase or he's doing 100 miles an hour on the highway and bleeding out, now I just escalated that situation. So marksmanship and putting your shots where you want them is critical. It's extremely important. So if I decide to shoot when he's driving away, I better make sure that I hit what I'm aiming for. What do we do in a threat scenario when we have kids? The way we respond in the environment has to put them as the priority. We have to think about the risk that we're putting them into if we respond with action, as opposed to just de-escalating and avoiding the situation altogether. It's something to understand how to respond when you're with one of your loved ones. So the main things that come to mind right off the bat when it comes to off-body carry or on-body carry. First and foremost, there's going to be pros and cons to each. When I have on-body carry, to me, that's the most secure and intimate that I can be with my firearm. It's as close to me as I can get it. It's on my body, and I have retention over it. Off-body carry is going to allow some options that on-body carry just can't. There's a lot of different environments out there that you're going to need to add that capability. You know him? So when we're talking about off-body carry, one of the first things that we need to realize is that we need a heightened sense of awareness. It's not like a purse or a phone that you can just set down. This becomes an extension of your body. It's much different than when you're concealing on your waistband. With that in mind, we're adding a variable. This becomes our firearm. So we have to increase our situational awareness. We have to treat it like it's the actual firearm. And it does three things for you. It's customizable, it's adaptable, and it reduces your signature. So looking at this scenario from my perspective, the actions that I took, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to take the same action. And a lot of times it's going to come down to your ability to put shots where they need to be. Remember, the A+ answer is that I'm always accountable for every round that comes out of that gun. But it's the risk worth the game. That's something that you have to ask yourself every time you get into a situation, either when you're training or in reality. If I have kids in the back of the vehicle and I need to take accurate shots, if I don't hit my target, I could potentially make the situation even worse than it was to begin with. But because I have the ability, because I've been on target before, and I've done hostage rescue, I know my ability to hit a small target, even moving, is there. So you have to understand what your capabilities are. You have to ask yourself, is the risk worth the game? One of the biggest things available to us when it comes to off-body carry is customization. Being able to fit the gear that we have in our lifestyle. I have something that's designed that doesn't make me stand out from anybody else. I can walk into the gym and I can walk out of the gym and transition through that environment seamlessly. And if I get in a confrontation, like you saw in this scenario, it makes it really easy to access this gun, even though I've got gym shorts on. The other thing to think about when it comes to customization is, are you doing what you would in reality in your training regimen? It doesn't matter if you're wearing gym shorts or flip-flops. If you do it out in town, you have to add it to your training. The second thing is adaptability. It's important to be able to adapt in our lifestyles. I mean, it's not unrealistic in our daily routine to think that we go to the gym, go to work, and eventually make our way to dinner. And all three of those environments are going to be different. So carrying off body allows us to transition to those environments without drawing attention to ourselves. A simple example is just walking into the gym. If I'm in my street clothes like I am right now, I don't want to be taking a concealed firearm off when there's other people that don't know that I have that capability and putting it on a shelf somewhere. This allows me to keep close attention and accountability for my firearm without drawing attention to what it actually is. In that scenario, when time is of the essence, to be able to understand and analyze what's happening, whether she's in distress, her kids are in the car, she doesn't know that guy, he has a blade, all this data is starting to add up to me to be able to draw on that guy and shoot. Remember, is the risk worth the gain? Is my capability going to be able to mitigate that situation and deploy this bag? Adaptability allowed me to do that seamlessly from coming out of the gym into a threat scenario. The third thing is reducing your signature. So if you walk into the beach, or if I have a swimsuit on, I'm not going to be able to wear something that doesn't have a waistband in it and have a good holster set up. It's going to be sloppy. I can't take my shirt off. and 1,000 other things that we can mention, especially for women in tight clothing and or dresses. To be able to have a capability where it's off body gives you that ability to transition from environment to environment, and it breaks your signature up. Being able to transition, be adaptable, and eventually break up your profile can really make or break the difference between you being able to get in the fight or not.
Good step to that.
Going hot. Slider. Starting with my hands in a nonviolent posture, I'm identifying potential threats. My first motion is a violent movement using my left hand to hunt for my bag's ripcord. I start swinging the bag towards the center of my chest to protect my vital organs with its integrated body armor. The violent swinging of the bag opens the firearm compartment while placing the firearm in the ideal position for the draw. Next, I reference the firearm, establishing a 3-finger grip. Next, I clear the firearm from the bag. Once clear, I push the gun into center chest to meet my lead hand for a 2-handed grip. Once my primary grip is established, I continue to press the gun out, scanning the immediate area and taking shots if necessary.
Okay, 1903, we've adopted this
And
gun.
I'm ready to show you the website.
1910, we start saying, you know, we're going to do something. We need something to shoot every time we pull the trigger. So what they did is they took a 1903 Springfield and they put a spring in it and a gas system so that it blows the bolt back. It catches another round and feeds it. So every time you pull the trigger, it fires. So it's a semi-automatic bolt-action converted gun. Remember, we talked about how popular conversion guns were. Well, this is really converting from a bolt action to a semi-automatic. Now we've really gotten into the swing of things about 1921, 1923. And said we really need a semi-automatic gun. So just to kind of put things in perspective, so in 1903 we built a gun. So about 1906 we say we need a semi-automatic gun. We did not adopt a semi-automatic gun until 1936. Can you imagine spending 30 years of your life doing something? That's how hard the problem was and how far it took us.
I mean, just when I start from back there, and it just kind of looks like I'm
semi-automatic weapon came a little bit after my great grandfather.
The main thing is we're trying to preserve.
God,
we're trying to learn the lessons that mistakes that other people made, and how we've progressed and how we've gotten there. Well, that's the whole project here is how do we do it better? And I want to educate our next engineers because everything that we do here in my factory is not good enough. It needs to be better for our soldiers because what we do here bring our soldiers back alive.
I left my conversation with Reed in awe. All for the generation of tireless work that so many people have poured into equipping our soldiers with the best possible tools. All for the heroic things those soldiers did with these firearms and reverence for the freedom that all of this stands upon.
After 2 courses of fire, Team Bravo is leading with 3 points, Team Alpha with 2 points, and Team Charlie with 1 point. Shooters, welcome back. Course 3 is a friendly game of horse, or in this case, gun. Each team will start shooting the JM Pro on a clay with a slug from 7 yards. Then the team together will move behind the barricade, and the other shooter will shoot 2 hits on a pistol target 10 yards away. If any shots are missed, the shotgun or your 2 attempts from behind the barricade, your turn is over. Where does the horse come into play? You guys get to choose how you want to shoot from behind that barricade. You can get as complicated as you want, as long as it's safe. The caveat is you have a time limit. Bye. You'll be limited to getting 2 rounds off in 15 seconds. Standard rules of horse apply beyond that. Now, By the way, I'm Alpha Bravo Charlie. Like that's kind of lame. So right now on the spot, each team we're gonna go down the line. Think of an animal that's gonna represent your team.
Could be sloths. Well, we team sloths.
And Team Alpha. What is your animal?
Team Sloth.
Team Sloth. Wow. Wow.
It's the mental warfare that he engages in. Like, they want sloth, I got sloth.
Team Sloth.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Team Sloth.
Formerly known as Bravo.
Spotted Owl.
Spotted Owl.
Spotted Owl.
Team Charlie, the one in Sloth.
Spotted
Sorry,
Owl.
they took it from you. What you got?
Spotted Owl. Wide.
Tigers, yeah.
See from a distance,
Tigers.
miles away. Shot.
All right. Let's do this.
All right,
Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's go.
Extremely tactical.
Shooters ready. Stand by.
Like a spotted out. And wise and extremely tactical. See from a distance.
All they have to do That's it.
1457.
Wow, that was quick.
Okay, Alex, talk us through real quick what you did. Your first shot was
Behind.
side. Yep.
Around.
So her
and then
body,
down.
her body was behind the barricade. She leaned right. You need to shoot around this edge and through this hole.
Okay.
So you can't stand here and say that that's around this edge.
Yeah.
Right? Because she deliberately like leaned out and shot. All right, spot it out. Okay, so listen up. They did not pass that. I knew it.
Wow.
Okay, yep. I clearly said she shot around this edge.
Yep.
Darren shot around this edge.
Well, we gotta follow that first. Oh no, they're gonna set it and they have to follow. And they're gonna get yes, exactly. They're gonna get a U until they mess up, and then they're gonna get an in from us. So they're gonna be out first, and then we have to.
You hear this guy? He's running his guns.
Stand by.
Tiger! We eat sloths!
Stand by. Stand by.
Quick. How is no one missing with the slugs? That's just crazy. I mean, that's not easy stuff.
Shooters ready. Stand by.
Things being destroyed.
Oh, Nia.
Stand by.
Nope.
He glides. Oh yeah, he practices some left-hand stuff.
All right, I couldn't see. Talk us through it.
As soon as I came around the port, and the gun cleared, I came around the left side, took a shot with left hand, came around this middle port, took a shot with left hand.
So two-handed, but left hand.
With the left hand.
Got it, Alex. Yeah.
Okay, so it's clear and safe. Shooters ready. Stand by.
That was fast. He is very fast at getting that. Oh, playing it safe.
Okay, shooters ready. Stand by.
Third one down. Fourth one down. There you go. Nice.
Oh my God.
Can't listen to directions. He said squatting.
Technically, I broke the shot. I didn't. My knee hit the ground.
No, I didn't. It was an ACU plan.
Nice try.
All right, shooters, we're going to mix it up. From here on out, you will no longer be shooting a clay with a shotgun.
Oh no.
You'll now be shooting 50-yard piece of steel with a slug.
Top up.
All right?
On top of going back here.
On top of going back there, everything else is the same. If you miss that shot, it's a letter.
Wait a minute. Can you tell me we got 15 seconds to do that and to do that?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you.
Take you to do that?
Let's recap. At this point, Team Spotted Owl, you guys have GU. Team Tiger, you guys have GU. Team Sloth, you guys have nothing.
promise you we're gonna beat you.
Okay.
This round, I promise you we're gonna beat you.
All right. Shooters ready. Stand by. Yeah, man. Nice.
He's
Oh, 2 shots.
Shooters ready. Stand by.
Gee, thanks.
Good try.
Woo! I didn't want to.
What letter is that, Barrett?
G.
G.
All right, Team Tigers, downrange.
Let me tell you how this is gonna go down. They're gonna miss. They're gonna be out. All right. After they're out, what is it? Is it guys' turn? You're gonna get a U. Then he's gonna go up. He's gonna hit. He's gonna come back. Then you guys are gonna go out. You're gonna miss, and we're gonna win.
Shooters ready. Stand by.
Let's go.
Oh, Foxy won, but that is the hard part.
Oh, yep. Try.
Yep. All right, one team down.
One of two things are gonna happen. He's gonna miss it, or he's gonna take too long to shoot it. She's not gonna have time. She's not gonna do it.
Right.
Either way it goes, they're getting a U right.
Shooters ready. Stand by.
Nearly 2 shots. Good work, girlfriend.
Nice.
Unload, show clear.
Damn, I thought that was gonna be closer.
These right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna miss.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna shoot. We're gonna get them on there.
Shooters, stand by.
Don't even run. You're not gonna throw. So we gotta hustle, bro. You gotta hustle. You gotta hustle.
Shooters ready. Stand by.
Dude, let's go. Let's go.
Did that hit?
No, I didn't hit.
That's what a group looks like, Leon.
Yeah, I'm not positive that you hit the target with the shotgun.
It is positive. There was a solid ding from that.
Good to me.
That ding.
Come on, that's a
sounded
slug.
so
If
good.
a slug hit a
Tell you
steel
what,
target,
tell you
it
what.
would make a very
no.
loud sound.
It doesn't matter. They hit it. Let's go.
So what do these guys have?
Audio guy says he heard it.
It doesn't matter. Let's go.
Yeah, you know what's awesome about this right now? Everyone's getting tired.
Oh, I don't get time.
Yeah, okay.
I don't get tired.
Okay, the pistol target is now 20 yards.
Hey, Coleon, when you miss this pistol at 20 yards, you lose.
I told you I'm not missing this entire competition.
No, I know.
Load and make ready. Shooters ready. Stand by.
But will Darren miss? That's the question. Good job, Darren.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
12-62.
Oh.
This is his whole competition.
It's late in the day. Force of three is behind us. I think we can all feel it.
The old guys in particular.
So we just played a game of horse, but GUN instead. And it was a battle. And then we ended up with the Team Sloth and Team Spotted Owl.
Yeah.
That were duking it out in the end.
Right.
So where do we end up? We ended up with the Sloths in first place. Team Spotted Owl, you guys came in second. And the Tigers, you guys came in third, so you get 1 point. However, major caveat on this. We had a safety violation. One of the safety rules, treat all firearms as if they're loaded. -1. So you guys were awarded 2 points for coming in second place. Docked a point for safety. That takes you down to 1 point awarded for course 3. So the final standings after 3 courses of fire. In first place, we've got the Sloths. In second place with 4 points, Spotted Owls. And in third place, Team Tiger, 2 points.
Today,
All right.
The 17th of September should be celebrated as Constitution Day. So about federal law across the United States, and federal offices, federal buildings, and schoolhouses that were seen.
All right, good job, guys. Course of fire number 3, done. Excellent day today. Everybody put a really good fight. You guys did a fantastic job. Maybe some tired muscles and pulled hammies. Stretch it out tonight. Get some rest. Tomorrow's going to be an awesome day. We'll pick it up with stage 4 tomorrow.
All right.
Get some rest, guys.
Good work, guys. Good work.
Next time on the Noir Team Challenge.
So they roll the tire for 15 seconds.
Damn.
Like some bitch.
Slow it down. Slow it down.
I don't even have enough mags that I'm going to put.
He got y'all doing all this
And I
big
think I'm going to
geeking
take
monster.
5 and reset. 5 and reset. Oh!
The only thing difficult that I see that's going on is your ability to get the gun back up and running. Rack it? It won't rack. Yes, it will. Rack it.
3,
2, 1.
Yeah! Good work. Good work. That's sweet.
Good job. Yes.
Rock and roll, baby.
Rock and roll.
I'm Patty Hinich. I am mom to 3 growing boys. I'm cookbook author and chef and host of Patty's Mexican Table. And I'm going to make one of my favorite things for breakfast, French toast rolls. And I want to show you how I make them. I'm going to pour in here a 1/2 cup of milk. And I like to use real milk because I like for everything that goes into these French toast rolls to be super tasty, packed with flavor, and wholesome. I'm going to add about an 1/8.
Before you go, I want to tell you about the new online store, shop
Drink,
MrColeonTheWalk.com.
bread, a
Here you can grab your favorite pieces from the Pew Pew line, Ammo Sexual, and the new Coleon on the Noir. You guys have been asking for the CN logo hats for a while now. Now they're here. I'm also really excited about the line of tumblers and water bottles that I've added to the store as well. Now you can show your pride for the lifestyle we all love and stay hydrated all at the same time. So click the first link in the description box and grab your gear today. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Once I heard him say slow down, that let me know I'm not getting my hits.
Yeah.
So then from there, I was like, wait a minute, I have a laser on this thing. And at that point, I'm assuming I was getting my hits.
Yeah.
Team Charlie. So Thea, you ended up with 4 seconds, and you chose to
Chalk it up.
just chalk it.
Chalk it up.
And she nailed it.
For the chalk. Yeah, but it was good timing by my partner too. She told me when to pull the trigger, and I pulled it on her mark.
I think it's the best shot of the so far.
That was insane. I agree with that. It got you guys a bonus point, so you guys got a bonus point.
Yeah.
You two guys, Team Alpha, Team Bravo, you guys tied, so we're going to have a tiebreaker. The tiebreaker is going to be the teammate of your choice will go to the 10-yard line with the Mossberg 500 pump, and you will have 10 seconds and as many rounds as you need to shoot as many clays as you can.
That's down. Wow.
Person with the most clay hits wins.
Okay. Nice.
All right, let's do it. Shooters ready. Stand by.
1, 2. Okay. Fuck. You just missing. 3.
4 seconds. 3 seconds.
Damn,
2, 1.
Bump. You couldn't get there. Damn, you suck. Right. Suck.
3 clays down. Ego.
Okay. Yep.
Sorry, Nicole.
Oh, you're good.
Shooters ready. Stand by.
3, 2, 1.
My man. Ego.
You guys got it.
Ego got in the way.
They got 3.
We know exactly.
Who's got the most?
You guys get 3 points. 3 points for you.
Congratulations, Darren.
Thank you, brother. Awesome tiebreaker.
Yes, it was.
That was fun. That was a nail biter.
That was not fun.
So we started off with an awesome course of fire. At the end of the day, Alpha and Bravo, you guys went into it. Team Bravo got the victory.
Good job.
It was awesome. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Nice job,
Good
guys.
time. That was fun. Great.
Point-wise on that one, Team Bravo, 3 points. Team Alpha, 2 points.
Yep.
And Team Charlie, also 2 points.
Yeah, because the
1 point for third, plus the bonus, that badass shot that Thea took on the piece of chalk.
2.
So the standings as of now, we've got Team Alpha. You guys have 7 points. Team Bravo also with 7 points.
Nice.
Team Charlie, 4 points. You guys get first place next time. You'll be right back up with them. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do some more.
Let's do it. Nice.
Next time on the Noir Team Challenge, Course of Fire 5, we have a DC zone. In that zone, you cannot possess guns, ammo, or magazines.
The penalty of missing one of those plates is just too great. Running all the way around this thing. I mean, it's crazy.
I think on the pistol, I'm going to hit those 6 shots.
I'm still on the fence on if I should grab that extra magazine.
Here it is.
The bag. The bag. Unless.
Unless in your mind you plan on missing
Jexi,
that case,
baby, is here to help with
it's not
work.
fuck your bag is fucking fucked up.
And now, another actual 5-star iTunes Go to iTunes, rate and review the podcast.
Do a one-on-one where Bill puts you because you're big time, and or you would argue with everyone if you went to the panel. So good to see you.
Yeah,
Do you believe in the impossible? What I'm about to show you is a collision of miracles, indiscernible in their complexity. For in a moment, I, Colin the Incredible, will lay out a sequence of cards. I'm Mr. Coley on the
Up a tarantula? Not cool.
doors with you. Over our first few episodes. Next week, we're going to cover everything we wish the gun industry was doing, but isn't. Why the hell do I have to call up a guy to say my gun like I'm making some back alley drug deal? I can get on Nike.com right now and make a pair of shoes with more colors than the colors of Benetton had. And how is it possible for me to walk out of a gun store with a $5,000 rifle in a cardboard box?
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Literally in a cardboard box.
Yeah, in a cardboard box. And it pissed me off, too, because it's like, I want a nice box. I don't want the Build-A-Bear beginning set of a homeless guy's apartment.
Well, I get Lululemon headbands in better packaging than that. Like, the packaging is so nice for my headband that I don't even throw it away.
You don't throw away packages?
No, because it's like cute little bags, and they remind me to drink water every day.
Wow.
They have little sayings around the bottom of it. It's real, that's what I'm saying. They make it really cute. That's what the gun industry is missing.
It's very Amy of you, but I get it.
Have you ever shopped at Lululemon?
Getting back to what I was saying, we're also going to talk about smart tech. And no, not that chastity bracelet your boy Eric Holder wants to put on every gun owner like he's the czar of firearm virginity. Instead, we'll talk about how things like Google Glass make filming your next World Star moment that much cooler.
You actually think somebody in a World Star twerking video is wearing Google Glass?
It will be shortly.
Really?
Give it about the second and third generation. I'm pretty sure.
Can you show me how you would be able to twerk with Google Glass
on the set. Then we'll get into fine watches, fast cars, and the finest guns. Technology at its most refined. A level of craftsmanship that takes decade upon decade to achieve. And we're going to get to touch them. Well, I get to touch them. You guys can live vicariously. Well, that's your damn Bilzerian. So you'll just go and buy 5 of everything and give it to your pet goat.
First off, you have a love affair with Dan Bilzerian.
No,
We know that.
I have a love affair with the people who are surrounded.
Oh, in his pictures?
Now, I know we're on this New Kids on the Block 21 Jump Street kick, but the gun world didn't come from nowhere. There's a heritage that had a swag that will put most rappers to shame. There's no way you look at a photo of Hemingway hunting in Africa without thinking there's a reason the most interesting man in the world is pro-gun.
There's actually cool pro-gunners out there.
We're getting there. We're not quite there yet. And if you compare it to the other worlds, and that's another thing about, okay, like, I just hate the fact that there's this separation between the world and other world. Coolest item on the planet, living in obscurity. It's ridiculous. All right, what if Tiger Woods and Roger Federer gave up their boring sports and got into one that was actually cool?
Do you think you're a celebrity?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought that's where you were going with that.
I am when I go to sleep, though.
Okay. How?
Think about that for a moment.
No, I don't know if I want to.
And one last preview. For those of you among us, and you know who you are, who want to criticize but never invent, who always think small, who want to control their own little mini kingdoms, and in the process, hold 100 million gun owners back from the kind of public acknowledgement we deserve, well, we're coming for you. So get ready. Every time I go to the range, I can't wait to shoot that first mag. It's a mixture of stress-relieving, inspiring, motivating, and challenging fast-paced excitement, all contained in one 30-round magazine.
And that's exactly what we're going to do now. So let's talk about the NRA annual meeting that we just got back from.
That was a blast.
It was really fun. What was your favorite part?
It was a love-hate relationship when I turned into a kissing baby politician.
No, you didn't kiss the baby. You held the baby.
And the only thing I could think about the entire time was like, do not drop this white baby. Do not drop this white baby dress. I was like, because there's no coming back from that.
Yeah, no, there wasn't that. Well, I was really excited that there were a lot of women there at the annual meeting. They seem to be just all over the news now. Everyone's wanting to talk about it. Everyone's wanting to hit on it, especially Hillary Clinton. I mean, finally giving us her stance on guns.
In what has become a almost article of faith that anybody can have a gun anywhere, anytime, and I don't believe that is in the best interest.
I have to say this because this is kind of been beating at me a little bit. But of all the women on the planet, we get stuck with her as being the potential first female president of the United States.
Why is that bothering you?
Because she's very uninspiring. And not to mention the fact that it's pretty blatant that Hillary is no longer sleeping with Bill Clinton. Because if she were, he would inform her that this whole gun issue thing and trying to walk this elusive line of gun control, but still for the Second Amendment rights, is probably not the smartest thing to do. Because we're not idiots and we're not falling for it.
And it's definitely not the smartest thing to do. Start going after gun owning laws.
It's not.
Bad idea. Bad idea. Well, the next thing I want to talk about is that absolute tear-jerking MVP acceptance speech by Kevin Durant.
And last, my mom. We wasn't supposed to be here. You made us believe. You kept us off the street. You sacrificed for us. You're the real MVP.
We both kind of shared a moment there when we were watching. The video.
We definitely shared a moment. We definitely did because I know for one, I can really relate to it, just because some of the situations were really similar. They hit really close to home.
Yeah.
At the same time, I thought it was really neat to see an NBA player, somebody in his position, to be able to be so humble about it.
Well, he brought some humility and some class back to the NBA, and I loved it. I thought it was awesome. So that was a good first mag. What we got next?
Anyone that has ever come to visit me knows that I keep guns around my apartment like they're pieces of decor. I use words like decor when I'm around Amy because it makes me feel special. But we in Noir kind of thought to ourselves, why isn't there a show that kind of presents the gun in people's homes the way, I don't know, they used to do with cribs?
Captured in awe, Denise stands in wonder at
I see you little judgmental monochromatic gun lovers shaking your heads in protest at this Skittles rainbow of firepower, and I get it. Your comfort zone has the pliability of a gun safe. But like I said before, most of my guns are black. Come on, guys. I should be able to walk into a store and buy a gun the way I want it, off the shelves, and not be relegated to some Serico red light district.
That sounds totally shady, by the way.
What, the Serico red light district?
Yes.
That was the point.
You mean if I want to go buy like a special gun? Can you explain what Cerakoting is?
Cerakoting, you put colors on guns.
There you go.
To put it
All right.
simply. No, but
yeah.
in all fairness, yeah, sure. There are a number of places you can go to get your gun Cerakoted and get your gun customized and things like that. I just don't think the process should be as hard as it is. I think a lot of the manufacturers should be able to provide us a custom gun off the shelves. And I know that's a bit of oxymoron.
Yeah.
But think about it. I can go to a car dealership and I can get the same damn car in different colors. I can get different options, features, and things like that. I just think the gun industry as a whole kind of probably take a little more focus on providing a more custom aspect of firearms.
Right.
You know, considering that's part of one of the biggest selling points of it.
Yeah. Well, all right. What were we saying?
Oh, well, look, being in the guns doesn't have to mean I operate in operations operationally. So I don't believe in limiting my Jungle Fever gun love to Desert Tan and Olive Drab. Problem is, when I want something other than black, those are my only options right off the shelf.
It's so funny that you say that because being a gun owner myself, I never really found myself going shopping for guns. I never would find myself saying, I need to go to the gun store to go look at them. And maybe that's why.
There is an aspect of you don't know what you want until you see it in the gun industry, just in the gun world in general. But
you can't really get that online necessarily.
I don't like buying my guns online. I really
don't like shopping online.
Yeah, I like being able to go wake up one morning and say, you know what, I want to buy a gun. Yes, I have done this. I wake up one morning, I'm like, I want to buy a gun today. And then I go into the shop, I look around, see the gun I want, I finger it and do all the other crap. What? It'd be fine. Find the gun I want and leave with it. I like that experience. I want to have that experience.
Well, if that experience was there, I could see me maybe wanting to go do the same thing. When you go shopping.
No, I'm not going to say that the experience is totally and completely not there. It's just that it's not as prevalent as it should be. Like, I just think there should be more of it to a degree.
Got it.
You know? We in the gun world talk about appealing to the masses. But then we ask people who are used to buying $300 headphones that come in boxes that look better than most people's houses to buy a $2,000 rifle in a cardboard box.
Like that right there is just completely what throws me off. I saw your picture of the gun that you just bought today coming out of the gun store with a paper bag.
In all fairness, the gun that I bought, the manufacturer of that gun, didn't put the gun in the paper bag. There was actually a box for it, but the actual store did it.
Well, it's so funny that you say that because I have actually found myself buying things. We touched on this a little bit last week. Purchasing things because the packaging looks nice. You know, so I don't think it's too crazy to think that the gun industry could maybe make a few changes like that to maybe entice somebody like me, like my friends, to want to go buy.
And there's a plethora of different type of gun owners that want different things. But one of the main things that I'm pretty sure is pretty consistent throughout is people want nice packaging. But then again, I'm kind of a prima donna in some respects, and I still want my shit to look nice.
And you're digressing.
Yeah, I digress. But now, the way we talk about guns on this show, like we like them or something, scares some people. After our first episode, it was like half of New York and San Francisco got Rip Van Winkle. Turns out that while you guys were passing water bongs around at your love and peace think tanks, millions of young people back in America were getting into guns. Because unlike you, they have an open mind. Keep watching and you'll see a ton of people your closed little brains couldn't even fathom. Come down to Dallas if you don't think young people are into guns. Go to Atlanta or Phoenix or Charlotte.
The country gun clubs. We've got one in Frisco, like right down the road from my house. And they even have women's nights on Wednesdays where we can go, we can rent a lane, $10 an hour, rent any of the guns that are there. I mean, this is the fun things that you can do when you're into guns. And I would just challenge anybody who doesn't understand that to give it a try.
We didn't invent that guns are cool on this show. We didn't invent the way people feel about the Second Amendment either. And I hate to break it to you, but no one invented me. That's right. I'm a black guy who got into guns all by myself. Aren't you proud?
I'm proud of you, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Why is that?
I am, because no one invented you. And that's not, if I would have
Contrary
just
to popular
read,
belief.
if I would have just read the article last week, I would have not believed that.
Oh, you're talking about the Think Progress article.
Oh, I was
I
just
kind of
not gonna
maybe
say the name
sort of
of
kind of
it.
a little bit been alluding to that when I was just saying. In a lot of ways, when I look at the other side,
Mhm.
when I say liberals, other side, and things like that, I'm mainly talking about the media component of it because there are liberal gun owners. There's a liberal gun forum who actually tends to trash me quite a bit sometimes, but I actually read it unbeknownst to them, and they make some great points. The thing about it is that the media aspect of it, the component, the radical, the far left, to the point of absurdity, they're almost kind of like political slave masters. And the idea and the concept of me on my own becoming a gun owner and enjoying the gun and unapologetically saying how much I love the gun, it blows their mind. Like, how dare you leave the political plantation of what you're supposed to believe as a young black man? It's the truth. And quite frankly, I really just rather not submit myself to political slave masters.
Well, I think it's lame that they keep harping on us. Like, what are they trying to make guns cool now?
There we are. But they already
they should
were.
demonize us because of that.
Well, think about that.
What other things do we celebrate?
Think about the subtle implications about why it's so absurd that a young black guy is into guns. Think about the subtle implications.
I just never go there with my mind doesn't wrap around that because I don't think that way.
Exactly. I've never seen a group of people so obsessed with race in my life.
Well, it's really disconcerting to be honest with you, but
it is what it is. This is life. I have to admit, there is a certain charm about walking into a gun store that feels like Saddam Hussein's underground bunker. But sometimes I want a more elevated experience. Think modern clubhouse where you can spend hours comfortably shooting the shit, talking, and buying guns. I've seen women's bathrooms that were better looking and more comfortable than your average gun store. And quite frankly, if you own a gun store or a gun range and you're not losing sleep trying to figure out how to give the people what they want, you're kind of part of the problem too.
you gotta ease up on them just a little bit. There are these so-called country clubs that are popping up all over the place. And this is pretty much exactly what we do.
There's still the exception. I don't want them to take over every firearm experience because I do like having kind of that grassroots, for lack of a better word, that
but there's
kind of
something for everybody now.
Yeah.
And that's what I really like to see, the gun industry moving to a place where if that's what you want, if you want to sit and drink your whiskey, if you want to sit in beautiful leather chairs and look at pretty guns, I mean, whatever you want to do, if you want to go out to a tire range, and shoot, it's out there and it's available and it's really awesome.
I don't know, maybe I'm focusing on a segment of the population in the gun world that are kind of like resisting this transformation to a certain extent. And I'm just like, no, let it happen.
Well, I think at the end of the day, we're all one big family. Those of us that love guns, love the Second Amendment, we're all part of this one big family. So there's people in the gun industry that should not care if some sectors are moving towards catering to those people. We all have the same goal at the end of the day. But I do like that I think they're starting to catch on to the fact that there are more gun owners now and they're demanding more. They're wanting a different experience and it's out there for them. Definitely very good things to think about and talk about. We're going to hit on that a little bit more coming up in First Mag.
A lot of shit I ain't never in my life.
25 million years ago, a new species appeared on Earth. The great apes. They were our distant ancestors. Through evolution, they gave rise to new, more advanced species. They ventured far and wide and invented hunting, power, tools, love, and soon war.
White man.
Thanks to the latest scientific discoveries, we are about to take a journey into the depths of time to find out which of our ancestors took the decisive step and gave birth to the first man.
So the NRA Freestyle Network has launched, and we are very excited about it. Finally, a platform.
Yeah, I've been kind of keeping it behind the scenes for the most part. People are like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And this is what we've been doing.
Yeah, no, I mean, like when you guys first approached me about all this and told me, laid out the vision for who we're going after, the independent, the athletic, the adventurous gun owner. It's like, well, duh. I mean, that's what most gun owners are.
Yeah.
This seamlessly fits into our lifestyle.
It's stuff that happens in the living room when everybody's around talking.
Yeah.
There's no one around. And for people who are a little confused, Freestyle Network is the celebration of guns.
And the cool things that we do, with guns, but also outside of that as well. I mean, what our lifestyles look like and how guns play a part of that. That is so cool.
It is, because that gun represents so much more than just that gun, as many people try to box it into this little category. It sparked so many different interests above and beyond just shooting in a lot of ways for a lot of people.
Yeah.
This is the stuff that people want to do. Guns are cool. You don't have to really twist somebody's arm to go to a shooting range. I've seen people who are anti-gun, like reluctantly go to the range, but then you didn't really honestly have to do anything else. They were the first ones up and like, what's that? What's that? I want to shoot this. I want to shoot that. I want to do, yeah. But for some reason, it's vilified.
I've been reading ever since the show launched. It seems like there's some people that are really scared about what we're doing.
Yeah.
It was like we're bringing to light the fact that there are more people like us out there than they really wanted to admit or wanted to know was out there.
We're not vampires. We don't live on this earth for eternity. We have a short period of time to enjoy as much of this beautiful planet that we have. Why be so closed-minded as to owning a firearm and utilizing it in a way that's enjoyable to you, as the case with anything else that we do on this planet? Like, I don't want to be like those people who are constantly trying to close off this avenue, close off that avenue. Don't do this, do that. If I'm not hurting anyone else, it's not an issue. And the fact that people are trying to vilify me and make me look like a baby killer because I like to shoot my guns on the weekend times is absurd.
I have felt a little demonized with everything that's going on. And I'm like, wait, no, I love my country.
Yeah.
I love my family, but I love my guns too. And I love the Second Amendment. And so it seems like there's a lot of people out there that are not jumping on board yet, but we invite them to.
And it's an open access. Like, my job isn't to have this show just so I can just spout all the stuff I believe in and try to shut you down. No. If you don't agree with me, hell, if you want, come on the show. I don't care. We talk about it. Like my life doesn't change as a result of that. I've been doing what I've been doing from the day I was born.
Yeah.
And the fact that you have these people out here who think that they own cool and own the definition of what's considered cool is kind of funny to me. I've been living this lifestyle. I've been part of the generation. I've been part of this. You can't tell me what I've already been doing and then try to tell me I'm not doing it right.
That was your first mag, and I hear you've got a really cool video for us to check out. So what's going on?
I do. We've been talking a lot about shopping experience on tonight's show, and I found a really cool place by the name of Alton Lane, which I personally think the gun world could learn a lot from in terms of shopping experience. So let's check out the video. What does specking out an AR, tooling around with the build your car section on Mercedes-Benz's website, and getting fitted for a bespoke suit have in common? Besides making you sound like Kevin Hart when it comes time to pay,
I got a check in the savings, but all the money is in my savings.
all of these things can make for an awesome experience when done correctly. Enter Alton Lane, a bespoke suit shop geared toward the inner bachelor in us all. Except for the name, Alton Lane? A name couldn't be more uninspiring. It's like dating a supermodel named Beth. You're a little disappointed initially, but then you remember what she looks like, and then all the stars begin to realign. The person who designed this place had to have flirted with bisexuality at a certain point, because the appeal of the decor transcends both genders in a very organic way. But take my advice and leave the cute but habitual giver of unsolicited advice girlfriend at home, because this place is supposed to be an experience, the least of which is actually getting a suit. Good whiskey, beautiful fabrics, cool body scanners, great decor, tape measures, and good people. You can't ask for a better shopping experience. Except when it comes time to have your inseam measured and things get a little personal. This is how men should shop. Not just for suits and clothes, but guns, cars, watches, and food. Why can't I have someone show me the specs of an Accuracy International rifle while being swallowed by a beautifully tufted armchair in a room that looks a lot less Book of Eli and more Ocean's 11?
Mr. Moore, where was my invitation?
Did you not listen to anything I said in the video?
Come on, you know that you would have a lot of fun with me at the suit store.
I mean, but it's not really conducive to your gender.
But I would at least tell you what looks good and what doesn't look good.
Tell you what, we'll break it up into segments. First part, you can come in and do all the boring stuff.
Okay.
Pick out the little colors and stuff like that. And then you can kind of go on the merry way. And then I can get back to
Oh, it gets all personal.
Well, no.
Oh, all right. Well, no, what I love though is that you were talking about you would love this as a gun experience. Have a gun. Kind of walking me through that. What can you see taking place?
I'm not going to walk you through that and see taking place. I'll walk you through it and tell you what takes place. I'm not going to walk you through it.
Walk me through
No,
it.
it's just kind of, I like being able to come in and sit on one of the couches that they had and have somebody come out with a gun and say, look, this is an Accuracy International. This is an HK 416. This is a FN Scar.
I'm envisioning these butlers with white gloves, like walking in. It's so bougie.
Well, not bougie. See, not bougie. Like I said before, I like the underground Brooklyn feel. I love the kind of old wood log cabin feel. But sometimes when I'm there for hours on end, and yes, I've been in gun stores for hours on end, I'm standing for hours on end, and I get a little tired, and it makes looking at things a little daunting. And joining us here tonight is my homie Natalie Foster, hey, NRA News commentator, love at first shot.
Yes. I'm so glad you're here. He's finally outnumbered. It's not Guy Zone today, so.
You do realize she was my friend before I met you.
But you do realize that girlfriends try like
don't
time
fight.
zone.
Don't fight.
That was sexist, by the way. Well, would you like to hear what happened on my mind tonight?
Please, I can't wait. I
Okay.
can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Well, someone want to explain to me how the gun industry is running faster. Military evidence. I can't walk into a Neiman Marcus, Nordstrom's, or True Boutique without seeing some sort of camera. It seems like just dismissive it as that when they should be embracing it. There should have been a Cryptek Tom Ford collabo years ago. And don't give me any of that. This is for operators and not fashionista shit either. I'm not doing any operating anytime soon. And if there could be a Neiman Marcus edition Aston Martin, there ought to be a Neiman Marcus edition HKP 30. The fashion industry is also to blame for this obvious lack of collaboration. Acting like linking up with the gun manufacturer is too taboo, while every Tom Ford ad looks like a modern-day depiction of Sodom and Gomorrah. Let's stop acting like selective sensitivity morons and closed-minded knuckle-draggers and give the people what they want. Natalie, why are these fashion brands too chicken to play with?
I mean, preach it, my friend.
Yes, finally something we can all talk about.
I know, exactly.
Well, let's hear it.
Okay, well, these fashion manufacturers, yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. They'll touch it because it's edgy and it's exciting. And, right. And they'll put skulls and all sorts of,
creepy stuff on there, but I mean, guns are genuinely cool, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good question. I don't know why they have taken this strange. I mean, it's kind of obvious. It's the media, right? We do know why they've taken this position, but I think the more that guns really come into pop culture, and I think they really are. It's style, it's fun, it's camaraderie. I mean, there's so many elements to it that have absolutely nothing to do with violence whatsoever. So that association, it's ridiculous.
Well, I think the more that like women like me and you or guys like you that are into fashion, as we start demanding this more to be mainstream and we're demanding, Neiman's is going to pick up on this. Neiman's is going to, want to display their guns in a way that someone that's in there shopping for handbags is going to want to come and shop for a gun, but the demand, quite frankly, hasn't been there. And I think if we start demanding that more, because really,
I think it has been there. Like if you look at the Beretta Gallery, like maybe on Madison Avenue, and there's one on Madison Avenue in New York, of course, in Dallas too. And they do an excellent job of designing both. So I think they're on the cusp. Now, I think they've been doing it for 5 years. They are the exception, but it's there. So, maybe some other people could start following their lead. Like, it is definitely for a specific niche, but I think that it can expand to the Neiman Marcuses or the Nordstroms.
Does your show hit on this?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. We talk about it because the thing is, with this unprecedented rise in the numbers for women starting to shoot, I'm sorry, women care about fashion. Right. That's a good thing. Guys want us to. We enjoy it. There are a lot of good.
Is it mainly fashion on the range? Is that kind of what you hit on?
Yeah, we talk about that, and then lifestyle, and how to, the gun fits into your fashion, with different holsters and that kind of thing.
It's a hard time finding things to look cute in when I go to the range.
Yeah, and there are solutions for it. You have to watch your episode
to
find out about
start to go into your serendipitous dialogue of girl on girl talk. I just want to be very clear that it isn't just a girl thing either, because a lot of y'all like to swallow it into this black hole of.
Look at you. You're wearing your
No, I'm giving you guys a hard time.
Your custom baseball hat. I mean, come on. We know that you're into this too.
But the thing is, like, even with the guys, it's we say fashion, and it kind of gives us this notion of walking down runways and swinging hips and stuff like that.
But it's about style.
It is. Right, yeah. And, not everybody wants to be inundated with the idea of looking like an opera.
Yeah. Right.
For the most part, we just want to look cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it just baffles me, because I think it's blatantly obvious why gun manufacturers and fashion designers should have gone together and slept with each other a long time ago.
Well, we've clearly hit on a subject that all of us love to talk about and could continue to talk about all day long. I know I could for sure. I know. I'm like, please come on the show again. But really, thank you so much for coming on today. And please, don't be a stranger around here. We want to see you.
Thank you. I appreciate the hospitality, and it's always good to see you guys.
And I don't appreciate you trying to steal my friend.
I love you both equally.
Thank you very much.
All right, so this has been a big week since the launch of Noir last Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, some pretty good things have been said. I've been enjoying reading everything, but that leaves me with no shortage of questions.
Okay.
So let's get to it. All right. First one, Mr. Noir. Just read Think Progress. I had no idea you were a fictional character created by the NRA. Are you really even black?
I just want to be very serious right now, because I really feel like I need to kind of get this off of my chest at this point. Gotcha. I'm actually a 12-year-old white Jewish kid who got a Negroplasty at the Nats.
My gosh.
Is that a real question? Like, were you trolling me?
That was not me trolling you, I promise. This time it really was not me trolling you. So, our second question, dude, when the hell are you going to do your People Who Carry 40 video?
All right. So, for the people that don't know, on my YouTube channel, I started a series called The People That Carry Such and Such Caliber, where I take certain popular calibers and attribute certain personality traits to each caliber, and pretty much blow them out of complete proportion. So I've done the 9mm.
Yes.
And I've done the 45. So now what's left is the 40. And the videos have become quite popular, and many people have been asking me when I'm going to actually do the People That Carry 40 video.
All right.
Fellas, are you ready for summer? He sure ain't. That's not going to fly with the Fellas, are you ready for summer? He sure ain't. You know that's not gonna fly with the ladies. Listen.
Don't need to aim them. You just shoot them in a general direction. Everything disappears. The thing is in houses, you're going to have about a 7-yard shot maximum distance unless it's a really long hallway or something. So self-defense in the house is going to be very close quarters. A shotgun with buckshot, which I think is probably the best for home defense, double odd buck, triple odd buck, it's going to have a pattern about the size of a tennis ball inside of a house. So it's like shooting a really big bullet.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't spread out to be the size of an entire wall in your house instantaneously. It does that like at 30 yards, 40 yards.
I'm gonna have to go against the idea of recommending shotguns for home defense, at least from a pump action standpoint. Everyone knows who's been watching the show that me and pump action shotgun have a very volatile relationship. My only thing about it is it's too easy to mess up. It seems like a simple action, but it's not. It's the same way that Darren, who drives a manual transmission vehicle, can get in the car, the Tiptronic, and still miss a gear, even though it's back and forth.
Right.
I think that for a lot of people, I think there's a misconception that the shotgun, or at least the pump action shotgun, is an easy platform. It's not. It's easy. It is easy, but it's also easy to mess up because you can short stroke it. You can forget that you haven't loaded the next chamber.
Yeah.
You could, and there's a lot of activity that goes on with it, as opposed to say mine a semi-auto shotgun, where it's literally you pick up point, shoot, and I'm not going to go so far as to say I think it's the best platform, right, for the vast majority of people. I can't honestly say that after me and the pump action developed a relationship that we had. I respect it for what it is, and I really do. But I just think that it's a bit more difficult than people give it credit for.
Yeah, but you know what I do think with the pump action? I mean, because that actually would be the only type of shotgun that I would want if I was going to have a shotgun for home defense. Because of the noise that it makes. There's nothing more intimidating than that.
Shotgunning. Bad guys are bored with the fear of that noise. They really are. I mean, they might not have ever seen a pump action shotgun, but they know if they're breaking into a house and they hear that, that they need to get onto another house or down the street.
And I think, that, ironically enough, that's one of the kind of played up aspects in Hollywood that kind of work to our advantage.
Right.
Because a lot of the bad guys who are involved in some of these home invasions probably know all of the knowledge they have about shotguns stems from what they see in movies.
Yeah.
So when they do hear that pump action, they do believe that the pattern spreads this wide in the house and that you don't even have to aim, so that the minute they come around the corner, boom, it's done. So I think it's ironic how that actually, like the misconception.
Work to our advantage.
Yeah, I think good. It scares them off.
That's a very good point, but I do want to stress shotguns with a semi-automatic pump, and I know some guys like Rob Pincus is one who says 20 gauge, way to go for home defense. I like 12 gauge. He knows more than I do on the subject, though. I'll have to admit that. But 20 gauge like semi-automatic or something. Still, in the house, you've got to almost act like it's a rifle. You can't just shoot for a general area. So people need to understand that. I love the hat. I have to say this week, it looks great on you. But there's actually a reason, Amy, that he's wearing this hat, because a lot of times he just wears hats for no reason, whether it's
I always
Jets,
have a
the
reason for
Giants,
wearing a hat, and sometimes it's for no reason.
Why are you wearing this hat this week? Because there is a reason.
There's a reason.
And
I have a good friend who used to play for the Rams.
oh,
Maybe a guest this week on our show?
Yeah, he was a guest this week on the show. His name is Andrew Klein.
Andrew Klein. We talking NRA?
All right, so we're going to run stage 7. We're going to start at the 20-yard line, 2 shots on steel with the handgun, run to 70, 10 shots on steel, and then run across the 100-yard line. No shooting at that point, but that's when the clock stops. So let's make sure your rifle is 0.
You got it.
What happened?
Nice.
You have a bullet on you? I need a bullet, but
It's like that thing is on.
what the hell is a bullet? That's what we have to have in California. It's a button that makes it so you can't release your magazine. What the son of a bitch came up with that? Let me get this straight. So you can't release this. Okay.
So you need a bullet, not a magazine full of bullets.
Yes. So I can release my 10-round. Someone explain to me.
So wait a second. So
magazine.
you realize that this is stage 7. This requires him to have 10 hits on steel, and he's using a 10-round magazine. Why would you bring a 10-round magazine?
That's all we're allowed in California.
We're in America today, so you're going to be using 30-round magazines.
It's funny because you have an American flag on your gun.
I had to counterbalance California law with
I was going to say
MURICA.
America. M-U-R-I-C-A. America. God damn America. Little application I ain't even fill out. Man. Well, better copy this. All this construction, when you walk through the construction, you should drag the particle of your eyes and turn towards this, or turn your eyes into stone. From your tears will produce a different tear. You know, the unmoved tear, soft heavy. Your eyes will be solidified, soft, heavy. Go ahead and do like there.